now, trying to make a connection between Kyle Richards having her security system done by Teddi Mellencamp's husband, Dorit's. Now, Dorit, immediately after that episode, I don't know if you watch What Happens
I
Live.
did. I saw.
It was really good. Dorit explains why the security alarm wasn't on, which is the kids are moving around the house. They go upstairs, they go downstairs, they trip the security alarm, so they just don't put it on. I don't see how, as rich people, but maybe they're so delusional thinking that, no one would rob them. I mean, I don't see how, if you're on TV, if you have money or portray yourself as money, you are such a target. Kim Kardashian. I mean, when Kim was robbed in Paris, even Howard Stern questioned if it was real. And I mean, that was as real as it got. I believe it's 100% real. I mean, Dorit and PK would have to be such actors, but there are huge deep dives going on right now on TikTok about why Teddi Mellencamp's husband did the security systems for both of these people and they were never turned on. And then there's a whole correlation of just like, what is the chances, the luck? Teddi Mellencamp and her husband rented a house to the very popular up and coming big star Pop Smoke, the singer, who was murdered outside their home when somebody saw on his Instagram that he had like a wad of cash or whatever. So a lot of people are making a lot of assumptions.
What do you think? Teddy's like some behind all of this or something?
I think when you are in that Hollywood elite bubble, I mean, this is what I'm saying is all these people are huge targets. A couple of months ago, the guy who owns Fashion Nova, he was with his security. He was robbed at his house. His security guard was shot. I do believe survived. I think one of the people that was trying to rob the guy in LA was murdered. I mean, you are in a tight circle of Hollywood elite, and you guys are all huge targets.
We'll even look at Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset. She just had a home invasion. She's another one. Her fashion, she rivals Dorit. Her fashion is on fucking point. On point. It is so, everything is brand. She's gorgeous. Christine Chu from Bling Empire also. Even you could say, look at Jennifer Aiden. Jennifer Aiden said, I'm in Florida with Bill. We're on vacation. And that Ferrari was stolen out of the garage in New Jersey. I don't know if you know about that. Yes. So it's just anyone on reality. Like when you put out, listen, I live in a doorman building, but I'm even freaking out of I put out to the world that I'm going to be in the Hamptons for 6 months. I'm still going to be back and forth, but I'm not in a house. That there is a difference. You have someone at the desk. I mean, granted, if someone walks in with a gun, takes the gun, points it at the doorman, blows him to pieces, and then goes through every apartment in the building, you could take anything you want, but I don't still know why he would choose my apartment. But I'm very wary of you don't put where you are in the world. You just got to stop, guys.
And to me, the price of being on some of these shows, I wonder if people are questioning because, part of the reason we follow them is for, Rinna, scene 1 of this season, sits down, has an Hermes, takes out a Gucci from within the Hermes. I mean, to me, I would just be like, oh my God, am I the target next?
Honey, don't watch Bling Empire because it's that. I mean, it's that. When Carson Kressley was on my show, I said, who do you think is the best dressed housewife? And he's like, the best dressed housewife is not a housewife. It's Christine Chu from Bling Empire, period, the end. I've never met someone in my life that knows the houses and the brands and the history. So but yeah, I mean, all of these, right? Like Rinna did that and she had the Gucci inside of this. And look, I mean, Dorit, look, nobody deserves this, but I mean, Dorit's Instagram was 100% her closet for months before this. Everything was in her closet. The shit was behind her. She wasn't saying, look at all my stuff. But when you're standing there, it doesn't take a genius to say, okay, let's pretend Dorit's not standing there. I see 5 Hermes on the top shelf, three of this on the second shelf. So it's why, you guys, why?
Look, I believe 100% unequivocally that that was a sincere robbery. And I mean, hearing Dorit tell this story and just sitting, I mean, I felt like as a mother, I could feel like begging for your life and the life of your children. Like, please, they just like, I will give you anything you want. Just please do not kill me and my kids. Like, please, please. And I mean, the fact that her children always sleep with her when PK was away. And that night she just happened to put them back in there. I can't even believe that people would go on social media and put out to the, like, you guys know that karma is real.
Is it though? Is it like, what is social media? Like, is this last season of Beverly Hills where 99% of the people hated Erika? Is it like, or are people, is it divided down the middle? People are saying this and a lot of other people are saying bullshit. This is real. Or is it like most people are coming for Erika? I mean, are coming for Dorit and are like, we don't believe it.
I have to say, I was oddly surprised at how many people were questioning. Now, to be fair, do I know like probably the breakdown is 80% support for Dorit and PK and 20% of people questioning and doing these horrible deep dives on TikTok about like, you know, the connection to Teddy, the connection to all this stuff. It's like, I'm always amazed that people will put that out there in the universe. Like, you guys do know, like putting that video out there and accusing somebody of doing that, like when they nearly were murdered. I mean, you're bringing up a whole bunch of karma, I think, headed your way. Like, of just on this show and on my own show, I really am now trying to be, you know, I mean, of course, as a viewer, I try to give our perspective of like, well, I didn't like this that somebody did or whatever. But when it comes to things like almost being murdered, kidnapped, even Erika's finances, the fact that people are like,
isn't it great that we were talking about these things as if they're part, like these things are part of our reality shows, like murder, kidnap, home invasions, fraud. Like these shows are gotten real, Sarah.
I know. Well, look, this is what I was saying to you when you and I talk on the phone is I think what's hard for these franchises is the ante has been upped so much. It's like, Atlanta, what does Atlanta have? If someone's not in a nasty divorce, being arrested, being charged with like, you know, conspiracy to like overthrow the government. I mean, what is there? Like that's why I think now the ante has been up so high. It's like, I don't want to watch Atlanta. I mean, unless
and mind you, like when this happens, before anything was out to the public, I mean, I had a minute of saying like, we ended last season by saying the person that's the most likely to be fired in this particular group at this point was Dorit, which I agreed last season. I think you're not going to fire Crystal after her first season. I mean, it was like Dorit. And then this happened. I was like, oh, this is convenient. I said that for a minute. Now, you know, then you start reading the paper and watching the news. Listen, you could get in a lot, but I mean, so I understand I'm not